Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. The Duchess of Sussex appears to have taken a fresh jab at her time within the royal family, suggesting the role required her to hide her voice and her personal style. Speaking with Bloomberg's Emily Chang over burgers and beer, Meghan Markle reflected on the inauthentic nature of her time as a working royal, saying, "It was different several years ago where I couldn't be as vocal and I had to wear nude pantyhose all the time. That felt a little bit inauthentic. I hadn't seen pantyhose since movies in the 80s. Meghan said she's now simply being herself, a theme running throughout the new season of her Netflix lifestyle series with Love Meghan. In one moment from the series, the Duchess admits she doesn't enjoy baking, despite launching a line of pre-measured mixes earlier this year. Meghan says, "Let's get our puff pastry ready. We're going to use pre-made good puff pastry as opposed to making our dough from scratch. I love the idea of being able to rethink baking to be just a little more spontaneous." We learned that Meghan used to get apple pies from McDonald's after failed acting auditions. She also recalls giving up her popular lifestyle blog, The Tig, before her engagement to Prince Harry, saying that, as ever, her current lifestyle brand is a return to her authentic self. "I haven't been able to share it with you in the same way for the past few years," she said, "but now I can." While promoting the series, Meghan was asked whether she feels tension between her public image and her role as a duchess. She mostly sidestepped the question, noting only that she's excited about this chapter and prefers to remember our humanity amid political polarization. Chang referenced Meghan's 2016 appearance on the nightly show with Larry Wilmore, when the former actress described Trump as divisive and misogynistic and said, "You don't really want that kind of world." But when asked whether she still feels compelled to speak out in such terms, Meghan replied carefully, "No, I just make a choice of what matters to me and what's important to me, and that was a different time in 2016, certainly. I haven't said anything political since 2016, which was well before I met my husband, too." Chang tried again, noting how politically charged the climate has become and how many are afraid to speak out. But Meghan continued to strike a neutral tone, saying, "I think right now it's a really interesting time for the entire world. I just hope people are able to maintain the values that they feel are important to them and to feel safe. We are all human beings and should try to find a way to connect rather than divide." Still, she opened up in other ways, including about life at home with Prince Harry and their children Archie and Lilibet. In one episode, she recalls being not well after spending nearly 3 weeks away from her children, a moment that may reference the death of Queen Elizabeth II in 2022. Meghan did not elaborate, but Prince Harry has previously written about that period in his memoir, Spare. The Duchess describes Archie as the most tender, sweet child of all time and says Lilibet loves chia seeds on her pancakes because they look like freckles. She also revealed the children are lobbying for a cat. Season 2 of With Love Meghan includes a mix of guests from Chrissy Teigen to John Legend and chef Jose Andres, and features Meghan crafting, baking with puff pastry, reminiscing about Deal or No Deal and reflecting on her early acting struggles. In one segment, she makes a salad she calls a love letter to California. The Duchess also expresses a bit of fondness for the UK, saying she misses British radio stations, particularly Magic FM. Her children, she notes, have picked up both British and American pronunciations, though neither, she says, uses cooking terms because Papa's not cooking as much. Tom Sykes reviewed the new series in Royalist, writing, "Can anyone imagine a third season of With Love Meghan after this? The central conceit hasn't changed. We're meant to imagine we're inside Meghan Markle's fancy home, sharing in her cooking and hosting rituals, but we're not. The location is a set dressed to look lived in, while the cameras cut away to exterior shots of manicured gardens and even a sequence of Meghan packing upstairs. The artifice gnaws away at the show's biggest weakness, inauthenticity. The episodes wobble between banal and baffling. One cooking party collapses under the weight of its own chaotic editing as pots move, dishes vanish, food drops on the floor, until we're left watching s'mores on a bonfire. Nobody looks good biting into molten marshmallow, no matter how soft the lens. In another section, Meghan confesses she doesn't enjoy baking, which seems a crazy thing to admit in a cooking show. The guest appearances are super weird. Chrissy Teigen and Meghan exchange self-satisfied notes about how far they have come since their days as briefcase girls on Deal or No Deal. Tan France from Queer Eye arrives after Meghan has spent what looks like about $200 on children's books for her new friend, only for them to greet each other with mutual "so nice to meet you." Any pretense of warmth vanishes as the two strangers play confidants for the sake of 40 minutes of television. The attempt to cast Meghan as Martha Stewart lifestyle guru hasn't taken root. The camera can't fake warmth, and it can't bridge the gulf between the Meghan on screen and the Meghan in real life. The truth is unavoidable. What began as a promise of glittering confection has ended up as just another tray of ready-mix Netflix filler. For the Daily Mail, Liz Jones writes, "What did we learn from all 8 episodes of Season 2 with Love, Meghan? Meghan ate lots of dates while pregnant. She has boxes of mac and cheese in her freezer. Harry hates cinnamon and lobster, and yet she still married him. She loves a McDonald's drive-through apple pie and is triggered by a sink full of dirty dishes. She repeats the phrase, 'so sweet' often and seems warm with the crew. I adore, too, the day drinking. There is nowhere she goes without a cup of champagne. So here, at last, is the chink in her armour, who wouldn't resort to alcohol given the headlines, the hate. She alludes to the rumours and trolling obliquely, even referring to an old canard that she'd had a child pre-Harry. If I had kept a secret like that, that would have been impressive." Does Harry appear? Only in framed photographs, though we do see a baseball cap she had made for him to mark his 40th. He's like a ginger ghost, however haunting every scene. Meghan also announced a restock of her As Ever line via Instagram. Meghan tells us, "At As Ever, we keep growing and growing. Your favourites and more are back, and we also celebrate the launch of Season 2 of With Love, Meghan." The post was accompanied by a glossy shot of Meghan in jeans and a button-down shirt, watering greenery, her face turned away from the camera. This follows an earlier teaser showing crisps sizzling in oil with the caption, "Dare I say it's all that and a bag of chips," nodding to a line popularised by the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But the marketing push comes as sales of the 2024 As Ever Rosé have been slow, despite a similarly styled rollout. This year's vintage, released August 5th, has yet to sell out, unlike the 2023 edition, which disappeared within an hour. The minimum purchase is 3 bottles at $30 each, with added costs pushing the lowest spend past $110. In an effort to boost interest, the brand recently posted a summery wine pouring clip, hailing the drink as Meghan's favourite pour. More palace in just a moment. Hey, don't forget to check out our new royal podcast called Crown and Controversy. Sort of takes off where the Crown, the TV show, left off. It's available every Sunday with new episodes. Check it out, Crown and Controversy. A new memoir by former royal butler Grant Harold is stirring headlines and reportedly ruffling feathers within the Sussex camp. Harold, who served for years as a valet to then Prince Charles, Queen Camilla, and Princes William and Harry, has released The Royal Butler, a behind-the-scenes look at royal life that offers a notably glowing portrayal of the king. But one detail in particular has caught attention: Harold's insistence that William and Harry were happy about Charles' marriage to Camilla, directly contradicting Harry's own account in his memoir Spare. "The 4 of them, I promise you, got on so well," Harold writes. "I saw them having dinners together. I saw them having drinks together. I saw them going to parties together." Now, according to Shutter Scoop, palace insiders believe the book may be more than just fond recollections. It may be part of a strategic response. This is Charles hitting back, one insider told the outlet. Harold's book is a direct counterattack on Harry. It's basically saying, don't believe him, believe me. A friend of Harry's didn't hold back in their assessment, telling Shutter Scoop he knows it's a takedown. This is the king using loyal old staff to trash his story and make him look bitter and dishonest. The king and queen have been continuing their annual summer retreat at Balmoral, joined by a number of senior family members in keeping with tradition. Among those making the trip to the Highlands are Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, while it is now reported that Peter Phillips and his fiancée Harriet Spurling have also travelled north. The visit is particularly significant for Miss Spurling, who is understood to be taking part in the so-called Balmoral test, the informal rite of passage for newcomers to the royal family, which you may remember from The Crown. A nurse by profession, Harriet has been spotted riding horses on the estate, enjoying excursions on electric mountain bikes with Zara Tindall and her children, and taking time to meet members of the royal family individually. The test itself has long been part of royal law. Princess Diana was said to have impressed both Queen Elizabeth II and the Duke of Edinburgh during her first stay, while other notable guests, including Cherie Blair and former Prime Minister Boris Johnson, were reputed to have struggled. Royal commentator Omid Scobie once described the experience as a royal initiation, stressing that etiquette, adaptability, and impeccable manners are essential. A source told The Sun, everyone knows Peter is smitten and his family have accepted Harriet into the setup, so she will likely pass the infamous Balmoral test with flying colours. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify and Apple and the app of your choice. And we are now on Facebook and Instagram. Yes, so very 2008 of us, but we've updated the pages and we're now very active on there, putting up the show and other comments and images and fun things to hope you enjoy being part of the Palace Intrigue community. So check it out on Facebook. Look for Palace Intrigue on the pages or just click the link in the show notes. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue and good times.